Hey guys, Ballatw here, back with another VOD review. I'm going to start a marathon here on Tuesday afternoon, and I'm just going to go through a bunch of VODs, try to catch up on some of the ones that I missed last week too, as they're still available, but the VODs are almost certainly going out of date tomorrow as we get the patch. So we're going to start with Airwaks and Nikof, who had an amazing run, finally making it through the World Cup. And you know, I couldn't be more thrilled. They got first in their last 3 games, so we're gonna watch all the games that they did decently well in and try to learn from them. I might go back to doing notes at some point here, but regardless, make sure you like and subscribe to the video and do all the things on my social media and use creator code Ballatw. There you go. We did it all, boys. We did it all. I think there's a command that should show you where to find the VODs in chats, or how to find the VODs in chat. Hey, thanks, Tim. So, pressure coin drop, that's pretty interesting to me. It's obviously good. People have thought it's been good. But like, it's hard. Pressure plant seems hard to me. And that's one of the, like, because of this mountain, because of this sky platform, pressure plant seems hard. But we'll just let that lie. Where is Airwaks? Okay, Airwaks land sky platform. I think this is probably one of the best splits out of everything. These guys right here. Let me turn on nameplates and stuff. Make sure you guys remind me to turn on nameplates, because I will always forget every single time. I wish there was like default settings. So this guy is not going to be able to help this guy, but Airwaks can definitely help from up here if he gets anything useful, which he has an AK, so he's chilling. He's chilling. I love that immediately he's using the stinks to kind of force his position, make the guy kind of back up, especially because now he's probably low, he's backing up. I love it. Meanwhile, he jumped down. They realize they have a moment of peace and calm, so they back up. I do want to see what the team over this drone stuff piecing me off. Okay, so these guys land in one spot together, so that's, they don't have any terms of loot potential. Like if we look at what they have, okay, a pump or a shoddy, move to this guy, they have pretty good. So this spot is actually dope. Somebody actually did a breakdown of like the pressure plant and like decided that the two splits, that their 2 splits was actually what, why can't I can't get to my epic pen. Yeah, I can't get to my epic pen at all. Here you go. No. Feels bad. There we go. So decided that the 2 splits were, can I zoom in on the map? God. Here we go. We're like this and this. And in fact, and he actually said that obviously the split that Airwaks and Nikof is better. I think the loot potential here is better, but there's no actual access to like movement and stuff like that. So I love those videos. I don't remember his name right now, but he posted on Reddit. It was fucking awesome. I want him to do way more of that. Way more. All right, let's move back to the gentlemen we are interested in. See how they're doing. Yeah, so that guy immediately had to back up. Also, another reason why this is good is, I don't want the freaking thing, is because of the platform, the pallets. That guy landed here, but look how much freaking wood there is, and the stinks forced him off of that immediately. So good on Nikof to realize that he needs to try to control that. Try to control that. And also, I love how Airwaks doesn't get off of this high ground. This is a really good spot to start this fight off. Obviously, it's very, very obvious, but you know, some people might rush to their teammates. Man, this is a complicated. This is very complicated to fight here. It's because all the different angles. And also, like, all the teams that can join in, right? Look how many teams can join in. This team here who's doing the lava split. Anybody from Temple as well. With all the vents here, they could easily join in on this fight. But it's so wide. Yeah. That was actually this guy. So these guys haven't left yet. Nice. And then it actually takes a good amount of time to loot all this, which is interesting. How are they doing on mats? Like no mats in comparison, right? Sure, they might have decent loot to fight early game, but really no mats at all. They could just take height easily because there's no mats. Yeah, that was a not good push. Deciding to back out. That's a good decision. Okay. So, there you go. You have pressure plant now. Just because of the simple way that they play, right? That team backing off, that was really, really good of them because there's no way that they're going to be able to contend here with no mats. And they just saw them farm all of the pallets. So my question is now, and we'll watch this in the next couple of games, is what to do when you don't get this, when you don't get sky platform and you don't push into this. Is it as simple as just backing out like these guys did? Where did they go, by the way? I don't see them on the map. Oh, are they fighting here? Oh yeah, they landed on top of them here. Yikes, dog. Oh, and one of the guys rifted. Holy crap. It's funny, the kind of like ripple effects that things have. Nice. Moving on. No, they come back. Interesting. They come back with materials. Oh, they did start. That's weird that they come back. That's very strange. But they're not doing anything because of the fact that they come back, right? Like, they're not actually getting anything from this because Nikof is holding them back and Airwaks is just continuing to loot everything that they need to loot, right? So this isn't anything special, and it's actually not even, they don't even care about it, right? They're just like, yeah, we just continue to loot. And they can't actually fight us. Especially now that he goes out and gets this high ground. Now Nikof can continue to loot. Yeah, that was actually the play, right? Instead of, sorry, I thought that Airwaks was back here looting and Nikof was holding, but Nikof being closer, that he doesn't actually have an opportunity to hold. He needs to back out, and then Airwaks just gets the vent, comes on top of here. Now they can't push into Nikof if they have to. If they do, and Nikof runs into trouble, Airwaks is up top. He gets a better angle. Nikof can also get back out on top as well. And I like that they're interested in, you know, taking a strong position. Look also how Nikof ramped here. Number one, all metal. And then number two, like, there's no real angle for them to shoot this, and he just ramps one all the way up and then finally puts a wall up at the top. Like, it's not well structured at all, but with the metal and the fact that, look at this angle for them. Like, they're not, like, even if there is an easy shot on it, they're not going to want to shoot that at all. Nice. I don't know if it's worth the risk though. And then here, I love the fact that he's going around and getting even a better angle here. This is solid, right? This is really, really solid. Now they're fucking pinched, and they can't do anything about the pinch, right? They literally can't do anything about the pinch. They have to just turtle down, and then if they wanted to engage, I don't think Airwaks and Nikof actually engage this, but like normally if you have a pinch this, if you have a position this wide as a duo, This duo can easily pin and just push into one guy, right? Especially if there's no early damage, they just can push into one guy, and all of a sudden it's a tough situation where this guy has to like rush. So say they push into Airwaks, right? If Airwaks at the same level, it would be easy, but since he's not at the same level, they can't really even push into either of these guys. They can't isolate them one easily. They lost track of him though. It's unfortunate. That's also really good at that this team does, is literally just don't show yourself. Not that they knew what was happening. They might have expected this sort of thing to happen. But yeah, there's nothing they can really do. How much time do they spend here? Spent a lot of time here. They must know. But they have to know that they're still there. Why would they still be like chilling? Oh, I guess he's This is also very important. Like, you just because one duo is like, you don't always, what Airwaks is doing is scouting, right? You always want to be doing something for both of you guys. Like, you always want to be doing something. You can't just be waiting on your teammate. Be doing something. And Airwaks is scouting, which is very important. Finally spots them. Airwaks spots them as well, taking shots. And another thing is that Nikof is staying near the vents. If he does need to escape, he can escape. Now the positioning that they had before that they possibly could have engaged off of is kind of gone a little bit. Oh, nice shot. Just tagged him down. Twice, actually, I think he got deagle shots off. What's this team up here now? Jesus Christ. Nice. And then, okay. The fact that there's so many people now joining the entire area, Airwaks gets nice shots on people, means that it's going to be harder to use this positioning, right? If you're using that kind of the volcano edges as getting around, this is very smart by them to just say, I'm going to get together because we don't know the situations, right? No, these guys are chasing hard. Also, good timing there from Nikof, and this is why the vent was so good. These guys decided to dive on him, but they couldn't now because Nikof had the vent nearby, right? Just having this volcano edge makes it so hard to dive at anybody. This is so awkward. I would have wanted to get out of here earlier, but you definitely need to be getting frags, especially with their loadout right now. They need to be getting something. All right. No ammo, not many shields, stinks, no mobility. Like, you definitely need to be getting something, so that's kind of why they want to stick around. But edge zone out here, it's rough. All right, well, this guy just landed on them by himself. Did he lose his teammate or something? No. Where's his teammate? Oops. Nice. I love when this happens. There we go. Where is his teammate? That was the question I had. Where's my acid down here? Why did he just land on him by himself? Weird. Slow it down. Whoopsies. This is starting to be a rule that I have, right? If you're fighting one guy, don't be build funny. Just keep knocking him down over and over. Right? Because you know you're gonna most likely kill him, and you don't want to be spending anything on killing him. Now both of them are in the fray. Now you have to make sure that you do finish as much as possible. Airwaks here just spamming through as soon as Nikof has any sort of damage or pressure on him at all, and they come out from different angles too. So nice. I love how Nikof jumps over like any actual like he could have just started pressuring the sidewall, but he goes over so that they have a full like both sides pinch. It's not just like this. It's not 90-degree pinch. It's a 180 degree. I don't know if that makes sense, but like both on both sides. Sure, he got tagged for it, but that was good. And then placing this cone here is actually solid. Solid. I've been realizing like the cone to preemptively block anybody placing stairs is so good. That's like to me the biggest power of the cone right now. Just placing it on the side right there. If he did want to like double ramp out or something like that, he'd be blocking. He wouldn't be able to do it. I don't know if it affected this guy, but nice. Good fight. Good fight. God, I'm still hungry. I just ate chicken and broccoli and I'm still hungry. Did he actually waste his launch pad to get up this hill? Oh my god. Stuff like that bugs. Because of the decision of the guy up top, he used his launch pad to... That bugs me because, number one, they might not have fought at all. And number two, if they fought better, if they both just landed on him at the same time, then now Nikof and Airwaks would have a launch pad. You know what I'm saying? I get that you have to get to your teammate once the mistake is made. That's 100% certain. It's just like these small, like, other teams' decision making affect you so much. So much. Why is this fight okay to go for? Number one, this team has no idea that they're there, so they get early shots. And then number two, they really do need some kills still because their loadout, while they do have a bunch of shield now, whack. In terms of mobility and in terms of like only one of them has a drum gun. I need more. I need more. Slow it down. They don't want to let him get to the vent if they can. I don't think they're going to be able to stop him. Specifically now because Airwaks back or stops off. See, that's how you end up in a situation where that's how you stop ending up in a situation where you're gonna end up on top of one or on top of a team without your teammate, right? Which is what happened to those guys at the pirate base. Good find. Good find. Good find. No, I'm not casting this weekend. I will be doing some stuff on my channel for sure this weekend. 100%. 100%. All right, let's speed it up again. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play and I'm going to cast EU and NA West and I'm going to play NA East. But it's gonna be awkward because then I won't be able to like actually watch the end of NA or EU. Wait, actually I will. There's a break. Nice. I forgot that there's a break between EU. Sick. I won't be able to cast the beat. That's perfect. It works out perfectly actually. So I'm gonna cast EU, then I'm gonna be playing NA East, and I'm gonna stream that too, and then I'm gonna cast NA West. I might not cast anyways, let's be honest here. As much as I freaking think those players are really good. I don't know. It's... I might cast anyways. We need an OCE casting? Yeah. I want to do OC cast, but man, I have to wake up so in the middle of the night, and my wife works like she needs to get her sleep. Like, that's not gonna work out. Zacubus, thank you for the host. Let's go, baby. How you doing, man? Let's move forward. I think they're interested in this drop, you think? Nah. I'm curious, like, how positioning changes for people. Like, obviously, everybody's interested in drops, but in these games, not interested enough to, you know, sacrifice anything. And you have to be comfortable with the materials that they have. They have to be comfortable like that. Because if you're not comfortable and not having max mats, you're gonna be running into trouble. That's something I noticed with Stompy and Chicken. They were so comfortable going in with only 1,000 mats. Like, they were so comfortable. Oh, just barely missed. I like this a lot with the... Is this serious? Like, this is like hardcore lag. Holy hell. I like that they kind of focus on the same wall together. One in one direction, one in the other. And you can see Airwaks like resetting it. It's not much. Not that important, but you see he's even opening the edits for his teammate and stuff. And I love this attempt. Unfortunately, the communication missed. I think Airwaks was trying to tell him that he wants to get it in this box. And the reason why I like that is because half of a box is usually opened and edited so that people can move around and stuff. So if you see like an empty box and it's possibly open to the other side, it becomes so much harder. Now with instant reset, it's not the same, but you could always catch people, especially people, you know, who don't use instant reset and don't actually realize the importance of being able to close things fast. So he shot at the wall that I think wasn't the right one. Regardless, the players reacted fast enough. I really like how the way that they're always on the same wall makes it so that any reactions they have, they are doing like way faster than most people who are focusing on different walls. Unfortunately, that means they're probably going to miss opportunities because they don't have eyes everywhere. But things like that, where they catch somebody unawares, the damage potential is so much higher, right? So much higher. Gotta be careful jumping. Dude, these spikes are bad. So 2 reasons to push this guy. They got zone and realized that they didn't push this until they realized they had zone on him, and then they realized they're solo and they realized he's low HP. I want to back up to show you the fact that they don't start pushing this guy until they realize they have zone. Nope, never mind. He goes. Made me look dumb. It's all good. It's all good. So all those other reasons were enough, right? This guy does a good job backing up. Like if a team pushes you and they get a nice pinch on the box that you're in, if you just back up once, it makes it so they have to go for the pinch again. Does he have no metal? This is a huge investment here for a guy who probably doesn't have much. Nice, a launch pad and shadow bombs and a scar. Yes. So these investments are worth making. Totally worth it. Like he might not have much in the ways of materials because he spent so much to get here, because he's shambles. Probably doesn't have much in terms of heals. But like most of the time, actually, when people carry stuff in terms of heals, they're using minis. So it's not like they can, they can use them too much. So I don't know. Because they can't get to 100 with them. That made no sense. Whatever. Move on. Two launch pads. Nice. And that was such a good protected push. I kind of want to watch that from Nikof's perspective, but I don't want to waste time. A protected, like, pinch push, and then they finally decide, hey, I can just get this guy's roof. And that guy has to, when finally one guy, like, is constantly pressuring one side, then, like, he gets stuck and he has to hold. So, and then they did the thing where they just, like, turbo build hold. Which is very important, that people need to start assigning, hey, this is my duo is going to be the guy who turbo build holds. Like, if I'm breaking something, you hold every single time. They have to start doing that. See, they're still, like, kind of, even though they're not necessarily on exactly the same wall, they're still kind of in the same area. Like, imagine the amount of time it takes you for, like, every single time you ask, hey, focus this guy north with me, and your duo is looking at something else. How much time does it take for you to actually tell him which guy you want to focus, and then you to shoot? Most of the time you end up shooting before, because you're gonna run out of time, you're gonna miss the opportunity. So I think this is actually valuable information that they're giving us right here, to be much more focused on, you know, the same walls while you're looking for these opportunities. And again, you're missing opportunities, but much more impactful. See, that's the kind of thing I mean. They literally were walking wall to wall looking for opportunities, and they decided, hey, let's go back on this guy. And because they literally have to do no communication because they're watching the same stuff, it's so much better. Not worth. They get Nikof out. That sucks. He started in wood, stopped in brick once he got in zone. Again, starting to look back, holding turbo build. He's already made a decision to kind of play for placement, or at least wait for the points from 15th place and stuff like that. Just by the way, he's, you know, slowly taking his time. And it's so important to make these decisions. You can't be haphazardly playing. You have to have a goal. You have to. Man, there was never a moment in that entire pathing sequence where he ended up getting pushed by the storm. He like knew perfectly how the storm was moving, that every path that he made was so impactful in terms of getting him towards the next zone, right? I'm gonna watch that again. That probably see back 2 clicks back. One more. It helps that the zone was super straight in terms of where he was going. But like usually when you go out to the edge like this, you end up getting pushed back. Like you end up starting to get pushed back. But here the zone just keeps opening for him because he's towards the center. And now he even moves right because he knows he needs to get a little bit more center. Then he goes out one more, I think, right? Yeah. Breaks the wall. Perfect. Okay, and then the other thing is, like, actually, the way that he... so, how to get your own layer, right? That's a question that I ask myself all the time. When do I need to go for it? I see people who are always constantly so good at, you know, figuring out when they need to go for it. It looks like Nikof has a rule of thumb that whenever there's a possibility of him walking over somebody else's floor, then he goes up one layer, right? And then from there, like, he just deciding horizontally deciding like when to get away from each other is much easier than vertically, I feel like, because you never know how many people are below you, how many people are above you. You don't really know that at all. So at least for me now that I see this, every time I see somebody that's building directly under me, I'm gonna go up one, right? And I want to decide horizontally where I need to be because of the zone. That's the question there. And obviously where other people are, because you see him watch these people to the side of him right here. Saresov and Miyoki there. He's not super worried about him. At the same time, also horizontal gives you way more opportunities to shoot for people. Like, they can make a mistake by going next to your wall or whatever. That's his. Nice. Yep. Getting the one shot and not trying to follow that up is so important. I can't stress that enough. Because I don't necessarily always care. Like, I do care about getting frags. I do care about getting the kills. But to get the kills and placement, that's the goal, right? That's the overall goal. So I don't necessarily care that somebody else is going to get that kill that I just did a lot of damage on, like I got the assist on. I don't necessarily care about that. As long as people are dying, that's the important part. And then also the fact that other people are also going to do that is going to give me more easy opportunities, more easy shots, right? Taking one shot on somebody, getting damaged, does not mean you need to follow them up unless you have to. It's funny because there's a dichotomy of, like, Endgame is the best place to get kills, right? But it's also the most impactful place to score at all, right? Staying alive is still way more important than getting kills. So you have to make sure you know that. You have to. So dang, if you see, he could have got that kill just by the fact that he stayed all the way up. Whatever. So placing third, he got all the placement points he would have gotten because it was going to be a 2v1 after this anyways. Like, I'll watch this. I highly doubt that this guy ended up surviving by himself. Yeah, no chance. Actually, we watched this game on stream. So good place, good. Very nice. So let's just move into this. Getting the same kind of drop again, and like regardless of how many people are contesting them, like they don't give a shit. They don't, although it looks like he backed off of the pallets, so that sucks. But at the same time, here it is. We're clearly seeing the options that are available because of the powerful spots that they go for. Sure, they don't necessarily win what they want here, but they're also not 50-50 because you never want to 50-50. So this is a tutorial on early game, right? The only problem with having options that you know, so like what happens if there was a team here, because we did see a team here last time, right, where they split this and this. What do you do? And so that's another question. What do you do if your options aren't taken? And sure, I don't think I see any possibility where this entire strip is going to be taken. I don't see any possibility where Airwaks isn't going to be able to, you know, back off and go somewhere else. But dropping here in the volcano, this is almost better than this, right? Because especially now that these guys have 50-50'd each other, pretty much. It's not a full 50-50, but basically that's what happened, right? Airwaks is immediately looking at them. Nikof has mobility options here, vents if they need to go ahead and pounce on this. So that's nice. Let's look at what Airwaks is doing. Hey, look at this loot, man. Nice. Okay, so they got cleaned up. And now it's all about, you know, getting what you can out of your little option. And it's very important on the glide. Like, there's so many things that went into this position right here, right? Where they know they were getting contested pressure plant, but they also are paying attention to the lava stream here. When paying attention down here to the lava stream, now they know it's uncontested. Now I know this option is open. Now I know I can do it. You could also see Nikof looking over here to see, is this free? Yes, it's free. We can go ahead here afterwards. Airwaks, after looting this, go to Pirate Outpost. Right? I'll loot the rest of this, then we can pounce on Pressure Plant, or then we can pounce on Tomato Temple. So many options, all based on the fact that they get information while they glide. I can't stress that enough. I can't. Yo, Nikto, thank you for the host. Much love. I hope your stream was good. Welcome, everybody. I'm VOD reviewing right now. We're doing a recording, so I hope everything was good. Basically, we're watching Nikof and Airwaks now. We're going to be doing a long marathon, so I hope you enjoy it. I low-key really like how he didn't just like jump somewhere else to get more loot. He says, I have what I need. I'm just going to farm here, and I'm going to stay on my position because this is, look what he gets now. He gets information about what Pressure Plant is doing. Get closer to get a nice, better angle. And so they can decide what to do from here. Man, that AK didn't hit for nothing. Didn't hit for nothing. But man, I love this split right here. I love it. I'm curious why he's going down this way. Oh, rocks. Ah. Alright, we're freaking dissecting this drop. Nice. Nice. The thought that goes into your drop should be immense. You should know exactly where I should go for certain materials, where I should go to get materials to match other people, because we know that they actually didn't necessarily want to go fast on these guys because they have the mad advantage from the pallets, but the rest of the materials out here is really slow, except for the rocks out here. And now moving forward, I think Airwaks also pushes up this way because there's a chest and a floor loot spawn. So very nice, man. These guys are that's what I call some nice pressure, some nice being a threat to everybody around here. Oh, why did he decide on this? Did he get this guy white, or they just want to fight here? To be honest, like, okay, Sunny is a great place to push because Sunny has a lot of loot potential, so we can easily get what we need out of killing the people who go Sunny. This is akin to the Viking This is akin to the Viking strap back when there was riffs on Viking that Zexor would do, Zexor and Vinny, where they would, you know, loot Viking and quickly grab all the good mats there and then quickly push either Snobby or Soccer Field or any of the other paths around there. They would do that. Even Tilted they would go all the way to. Excuse me. So this is very equivalent to that because they know there is a lot of loot here in Sunny. But also the mats here aren't the greatest to farm, right? You end up spending a lot of time farming materials here. So the timing here works out. They're going to have a mat advantage. Let's see, because of the rocks that they got. 34, 10. Look at that mat advantage. Look at that. That's beautiful. Beautiful. And somebody brought up the point that they might have gotten rebooted, which is interesting too. I didn't think about that. I honestly haven't played enough with the reboot vans. I also hate that the reboot vans aren't shown on the, but I guess they're at all the little named locations except the pressure plant. Okay, they're trying to hunt them right now. I think he finally did just make some noise. Yeah. Okay, now that they made noise, now that they have an inkling that they're there, using the grenades to kind of flush them out and confirm, right? Not only confirm, like using the nades to confirm is just throwing something, and if they do anything, make any noise, now you know. It's not just a question in your head. It's not, did I just hear something? It's, I know for sure. Something I used to do in Counter-Strike a lot was literally like throw a flash, see what they do. Are they stacking somewhere? Yeah, okay, I can hear all you guys moving in there because you guys just reacted to my one flash, right? Okay, who gets the kills here? It's Airwaks, so we'll watch from his POV. I think this is cool too. It's important to know how to push certain areas. Not only is the stair fully still blocking anything from that side if they open up or, you know, go up or anything, but breaking this floor gives you access a lot to the bottom because you can see through, I think. Let me go to drone mode. There's a hole here, right? Should be on the other side if it's the case. Nah, not really. There'd be another floor and then access. I believe. I don't know. But I definitely learned something when I used to watch. Who did I watch? I think it was Chap and Vivid actually playing together in like around Christmas time. No. It was Cease and Elevate actually that taught me this. Where if you have specific spots that you're always going to be pushing, you should have set strats to retake certain things, right? So knowing that I'm always going to be pushing Sunny, I should have the set strats to know what to do when pushing inside of this pyramid, this pyramid, this pyramid, and then like all this area. You should have kind of ideas how to take certain areas, which are going to be uncomfortable. Where are you going to find the uncomfortable angles for the other team? That guy just got rocked. You have no chance because you're not doing anything. And like pushing people in the corners that with two walls that aren't theirs, like that are natural builds, sucks. Like this guy literally could not do anything. He had to come out this way, and basically what Airwaks did, like if you envision the box, right? This, and then we'll change colors for the walls that aren't his, this wall and this wall. Like terrible drawing, but whatever. Airwaks, like he and Nikof came in the same way, but look, he continued. He broke this wall and then continued. Sure, he replaced it, but continued to this side while Nikof stayed on this side, right? So just the flow of how they went. The first guy goes to the next wall. The first guy should always push over to the next wall so you get the space that you need to make the pinch. That was perfect. I have the gliding bug now. Nice. Nice. Okay. Speed up. What did they get from that? Some shield. Nikof spent a lot of mats somewhere. No, actually, not really. I think he just got... Airwaks got all the materials that those guys had. Nikof replaced for him too? Ooh, that is insane if they did do that. Like, just constantly knowing, hey, you break the walls, I take. That is insane. But these are the rules that you have to make. These are the like kind of like plays that you have to make with your duo, right? The first guy should always push out to the next side, right? So that you make space for your teammate who is behind you, right? He fills your void, basically. And then you're always taking the walls that I break, right? There's another thing you can say. And then I love this too. This is so strong without vehicles too. Like, bruh, these spots out here are almost gonna be never looted. Almost never gonna be looted by ballers anymore. And because there's no ballers, landing out here kind of sucks, right? Kind of sucks. So I love the fact that they spend the time to come out here. I love it. This is an interesting fight. I love that he like sneaks up behind. Okay, this is actually, hopefully he lets them all the way out towards zone. But he can't let them escape on a vent or something like that. I wonder, did Nikof even give up his position yet? Dude, this was the best hunt I've watched. Hunting in the jungle with Nikof and Airwaks. Not only were they setting up a pinch on the sides there, that was fucking beautiful, but the fact that as soon as he hits the heavy snipe, not only does this guy die, but Nikof hasn't given up his position yet, so he could have gotten shots on this guy here. Just basically what I'm trying to say. Because he immediately turns around, he's like, oh shit, there's a guy there, I'm gonna go face him because I need to face him, right? And then, yeah, that's fucking sick. Okay. Now starts the phase, don't build fight. You already saw him dynamite and like start to back down, but not build fighting. As soon as he starts building up, they're fucking breaking shit down. And here's something that I love. It's not both of them breaking things down. Nikof still has his gun facing him and Airwaks is breaking down. It cannot be both of you because that's how you end up losing track of them and getting chunked hard. So you can see every time they break down, somebody's facing. And actually it was cool too that the fact that that statement was kind of wrong in the fact that Nikof did pull out his pickaxe and hit a little bit. But then immediately as the opportunity came up for the guy to push down and surprise them, he backs out and starts tracking him again. So the call, you're gonna make the call. You're gonna make a call with your duo at some point. That is, let's break him down, okay? Let's break him down. It should never not be followed by, I'll break him down, you shoot, or you track. That should be a rule for you guys now. Once you learn this, like this is my, it's not my first time learning it, but I'm relearning it kind of. If you say break him down, make sure you say, hey, you assign somebody to watch. Protect me, whatever. Nice, dynamite audio bug. Woohoo! I love replay mode. Man, look at this. Everybody's learning, man. So I like this rotation path a lot. The fact that they have the opportunity here and they spend a lot of time out here. Number one, no ballers makes it very unlikely that there's gonna be people out here. The edge of the map makes it even less likely that there's gonna be people out here. And any sort of, you know, residual loot, residual loot, is that a thing? Is still gonna be here, and they can take the path to do it. While everybody else, especially the people on the south or on the west side of the map, are going to be focused on getting center zone because they don't have the time to really spend, and there's going to be a lot more people on this side. But just know, like, the edge map, the edge of the map, not the zone, is always going to be less populated, so you can spend more time on the edge of the map. So everybody has an edge map situation, right? Everybody has an edge map situation. Wherever your landing spot is, you should realize, hey, I have an edge map situation. Let's take time to stay out here. Nice. Come on. Does the dynamite bug go away, guys? Or do I have to just mute? No? God damn it. Oh, yeah. Like, I feel like I just want to put music on and just, like, watch this muted. That's so annoying. Do I have some non-copyright music playlisted? Which music library? Nope, they deleted everything. Nice. I don't even trust that this playlist is actually true, but whatever. We're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna go for it. I know for a fact that this one is non-copyright because I hear it on literally every one of some videos. So maybe this is a good one. Yay, audio bugs. So I love that the fact that when they get to Mega Mall, they start making their way through the mall, because line of sight possibilities lets them get way closer to the zone without having to fight anybody, basically. This fucking this sounds like one of those stupid ass YouTube videos where they're like doing like a, what is it called, a time lapse of something. God. Okay, buddy. They fight this too? Yeah, they do fight this. Ooh, fuck. No, he just finished them. That's what that is. Minecraft build time lapse, yep, or a giveaway. Hey man, whatever. As long as I don't get demonetized for it. Okay, throwing that stink is really good. Number one, you're not going to use the stink, so you might as well use it because you picked up the shadow bombs or whatever else you picked up. And then number two, it makes them focused on, you know, their immediate priority is to make sure that I get away from the stink so they can edge their way in the zone without getting shot. Plus the builds here make this solid. Basing up. All right, let's speed back up. Nice. No, I didn't see the Sting play. You can send it to a mod and we'll post in chat and watch it in the middle of the games. Not in the middle of the games, in between games is what I meant to say. Man, He is using the entire of this long tunnel that they're making with all this recycled materials to its fullest extent. He's using the entire tunnel to be able to look for shots, and it makes it really hard for people to expect that the shots are going to come from there. And this is why when you do make these long, big bases, you can actually go back and shoot. I like it. I like it. And also, notice how he connects in various places. I know I'm still going fast, but it's all good. It's all good. Man, he connects a lot. Oh, they got zones, so they connected more. Nice. Man, I can't not watch with like no sound at all. So sorry, guys. You're gonna have to bear with the dynamite, even though it's soft. I bet you guys probably can't even hear it. Good eye, good eye. Okay, that's another thing too. Like, uh, that's another thing that's really cool is the fact that now that they're on high ground, they're actually looking at both all different directions, right? Because they can't. So the other thing that they did about like about fighting, what am I trying to say? Earlier when they were on low ground and mid ground going into this half and half out and any other zone when they were down below, they were watching basically the same thing at the same time. So not only does it give them opportunities to get more damage, but it's also safer to some extent, right? Because there's not all these different angles that they're not aware of. But here when they're on high ground, sure they do kind of focus on the same things a lot, but they're much more sporadic, right? They're jumping around looking at all different angles. Because they don't have to be as safe now. But again, their targeting is on point. Just look, like right now, you can see they're taking an opportunity to take some time, wait for this opportunity to show itself, and go for it. That combo there is really strong too. Don't just spam rockets to knock something out, which is just as easy, but feel free, like, hey, you have a heavy sniper. I'm going to rocket this. It's going to get weak. Now you should look for opportunities to knock it, right? I would definitely see people waste another rocket on that because there's no synergy between you and your teammate. If your teammate has a heavy sniper or anything really, he could, and your rocket leaves 1 or 2 pieces, like might as well just let your teammate knock it or knock it with an AR yourself. Right. What up, Punisher? Congrats, man. You fucking beast. Do they have any mobility? It's not. It one launch pad. And the reason that they used it there was because their path was finally, like, they couldn't walk anymore on top of old builds. And they were so high that they could easily just, like, be like, hey, yeah, let's just walk on top of all this old stuff. It's fine. You know? I like it a lot. Land and retake height. Perfect. This is the time. This is the time. Oh, did he cone them? He coned them both. Let's go. I like that a lot. The fact that when people land on you, it's almost always going to be weak. It's almost always going to be weak when people land on you and you build fight, especially if one person reacts with a build fight. It's almost always going to be weak. So if you just fake build really quickly and then and then your teammate just goes for the knockdown, it's easy reset. Did he actually kill one? No, I don't think so. No, he didn't. Where did Lukey go? Interesting. Oh, Lukey did die, but to somebody else. Does he have? No. I'm kind of surprised that it wasn't actually then Airwaks that was fake building, because he has the shadow bombs, but no worries. And I love what they did when they lost height. They literally lost height without really losing too much of anything, right? Man, they had a lot of launch pads that didn't show up in the trap menu. That was a nice pick on which build to actually shoot. Like some people, let's use the drone. Click on the map, drag it on the map. No, nice, nice. Woo! We thumbing, boys. We thumbing. Woohoo! All right, so what I'm talking about is like basically right here on the height. Let me get in zone real quick so it doesn't look weird. So this guy ended up placing a floorboard here, and like he was going to start tarping, right? A lot of people would choose to try to knock this down. That's built in metal, but immediately realizing not only the fact that this floorboard was built out of wood, but this first piece that he places, anything that he places right off the bat is going to be weaker than anything else. Plus, the storm is going to start pushing him out. Like, sure, you could have started shooting here, but this was a much better choice. Much better choice. Also, the fact that he chose in Dusty, like these situations aren't super obvious where you can get out of Dusty just because of the virtue that like this is just normal ground. It's not high ground or anything like that, right? It just is actually smart to go ahead and grab him because it is actually high ground in relation to everybody else. So you might not necessarily always think about it, but if you have the opportunity and the zone is going like halfway off of it, just grab this. This is going to be high ground that's easily reinforceable. It's like landing on a mountain outside a zone, any other place basically. Nice rocket and heavy snipe. Even in late game, you find opportunities, especially now that the meta is really to kind of stay still in your box. Like way better now that the meta is to like try to stay in your box as long as possible. But they basically win this game off straight off the virtue that like that they take this height over here off of divot. It's pretty much the reason. Pretty much the reason. And I have never seen people be so good at focusing the right thing together. Like we saw them mess it up a little bit with the GL, but like I have never seen the cohesiveness that Airwaks and Nikof have in terms of focusing the right thing. Like this is not easy to get your teammate to be shooting the right thing. They must be using be really good with using the targeting system now. I guess that's probably what makes it really easy and why I haven't really seen it, because nobody's been using it yet. They must be using the targeting system. I don't know why I'm doing this not off of their VOD. Oh, because the Solary stream doesn't really show their entire VOD. It'd be so much better if I was using their VOD. I'm a bot. They're not really grabbing too many kills in Endgame. Just taking it safe, which honestly I think I like better. But like somebody like Stompy and Shinken literally dominate games. I think they do have a really, really high kill game though. Coming up. This is over. Nice. Slow and steady wins the race, guys. Slow and steady. So same pressure plant drop. Even though it's a W key game, they... So actually I'm interested. Did they just play this game with the intent of playing it out? Knowing that it's a W key game? Knowing that, sure, they might play a little bit more aggressively, but they're going to get placements like mad early? Was that the play? Yeah, this guy dropped and just left immediately. That's hilarious. Watch Nico's drop. Hello? Nikof? Why can't I watch Nikof? Man, that's fucking annoying. I thought I already fixed this. That's him right there, no? No nameplate, nice. Skip to the end again. Okay, cool. Now we're chilling. Okay, so they get the exact split they want with no issue whatsoever. Well, except the fact that these guys keep using this. Every time it's the same thing. Drop down here and start looking for people. Every time. Same thing. I love this split. I love it. Yeah, I love the replay system. I'm so happy that we get the opportunity to look at these, but the bugs are really annoying. But hey, honestly, I haven't actually played a game where the replay system was not really buggy and annoying to use, to be honest. Like going back to 1.6, like 1.6 was probably my favorite, but I had to do some like interesting things to be able to watch demos properly and good. Man, you can just tell the power of getting this spot. You can 100% just tell the power. You can see it with your eyes. Man. Interesting. Whoa, Airwaks is right on top. How the hell? Yo, Airwaks, you some type of like genie? How did you get here so fast? Man, positioning geniuses, dude. Dude, they are so smart. The fact he knows that there's no chance of that, there's no vents over here that they can use, right? Well, they can use this one, but just no. Actually, is there even a vent over here? Okay, yeah, there's a vent there. So I'm surprised. Well, I guess if they vent there, it kind of exposes them. But like, just to take this hill before there's any chance of these guys venting up and getting good position on them is so good. Like if Airwaks was not here, Nikof building up to them would have been impossible. But they know they know the importance of getting up here because of what people can do to them. I mean, obviously they played in the situation where this guy, where somebody has jumped on a geyser and pinned them down. Because if they were down here, both of them, they would have been cooked. They would have been screwed. No, get off. No. How do I not get the bug? Is if they use dynamite, is it over for us? Is it over for us? Are we fucked? Chat, I need you here. Are we screwed here? As soon as they use dynamite, we're screwed. No, come on, bruh. Oh yeah. All right, let's watch this fight and then we're gonna reset the VOD. Did he get the kill already? Yeah, he did. Let's back up. Don't worry, I'll back out and reset the VOD because I'm not dealing with that shit again. Okay, so two things about this. Number one, the way that Nikof comes up afterwards, like Airwaks just defends until Nikof can get up, and then the fact that he builds up to bait this guy into going back, like, and then get shots on him too, but this pinch is just too strong. All right, so this is an easy finish here for Nikof. Is he just sitting in the stink? Yeah. He has really no frame of reference where Nikof is truly coming from, so this is easy. He tries to get back at his teammate, no chance. Damn, that grenade was almost a Kobe, holy hell. Nice. All right, resetting the VOD. Yeah, and Shy was right. Not team room. We'll compete. Shio is right. Nice, it went right to Airwaks. Sick. We're chilling, guys. We're chilling. Okay, pushing Sunny again. Also, this rock farm, man, this rock farm is actually fucking deezed. Hey, free drop, nice. And they recognize that they have Volcano free. Man, pressure plant is no joke, bro. This is not just on the fact that pressure plant is good. Like, I don't think anybody could execute this fucking drop. I think only really good teams could execute this drop properly, because you really need good positional awareness, like so good positional awareness. Also, what did I tell you guys? Infantry rifle is meta. As soon as the drum gun came out, I was like, infantry rifle is gonna be meta. Finally sees. Did he see him? No, I don't think so. Nice, we get the gliding bug regardless. Nice. I fucking love audio bugs. This is honestly. Never mind. Up and over, and his teammate is right behind him. So sick. Alright, well, nice. But still, I think, so regardless of the trap, I think Nikof probably could have salvaged that trap and like not let him get trapped. But still, the plan, like, maybe he got boxing a little weird, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Ignore it. They were gonna get this kill 100% of the time because of the fact that Airwaks went up and over, and that sole thing lets them get the pinch. Nikof is put into a perfect position because he goes into the void that Airwaks leaves. If you're first, you move forward. Like, go on to the next wall. Go to the opportunity where you're going to get the pinch. And then it's so simple for your teammate to just fill the void and get this pinch. So simple. Oh shit, I'm already in the fight. Whoopsies. Okay, so they don't get the positioning like choice here at all. It's because these guys are the ones who aggro. But man, this is a rough spot. Like they're fairly widespread and they've got height. Like how did Airwaks just do this, man? Like Airwaks are just suddenly like chilling on height. Nice. Wow. So, two things. Number one, I like the use of what I guess used to be called the Juganza fake. I guess they used to call it 90s, but it wasn't actually the fact that it was 90s. It was just the fake ramp after your turns. So like he would do it after 180s, anything, right? Just the fact like you do your turn and say this is your wall, this is your ramp, and you place a ramp and then the cone. All right, that's actually such a solid play in duos. But then, okay, the other thing was the fact that when he built for height, we'll look at it on the mini-map instead. If you look down in the mini-map right here, when he built for height, he built in such a way that there would be a pinch here, right? If he built straight at them, okay, this pinch wouldn't exist, right? Because these guys would be defending from this side. They would both be defending from this side. Well, in this case, it would be like this, right? But because he built this way, now they have to defend from this side. If you draw these lines like that. And Nikof has the easy pinch on them. He can shoot them from behind. He can support, anything like that. Perfect play. Perfect. Like you actually make these directions that you go make a huge difference. You can't just blindly build, right? This is, again, their positioning like prowess. Okay, that pinch didn't come into handy because they did turtle down now that Airwaks had it. Oh, I love it. I love it. He builds towards the hill, gets a little wider, tries to find out where they are, and not only that, but he connects to the hill as well. So if there are angles that they're not paying attention to, I'm going to hit them. Now pressuring in. They're one box below that, so it's not a huge deal. He edits that close because they could be clear. They could 100% be editing that stair and get the nice peek on them. Man, Airwaks has gone all the way over here for this pinch, bruh. So this is an issue, right? You have to be definitely. Nikof has to know the fact that Airwaks came all the way over here means that they could easily push Nikof here and overwhelm him. So he has to be very careful about that. He can't full commit. Airwaks can full commit on shooting whatever he wants. Meanwhile, what's Nikof doing? Okay, wow. So just the fact that he was spraying that wall gives him the opportunity to take the stairs here, I guess it was. They did move into a different box, so he needs to be aware of that too. But the pressure so that Nikof can do something is importante. Très important. Where are Nikof and Airwaks from? Like, and now that there's one knock, he goes forward. Are they both from France? Okay, yeah. One of them is Swiss, one of them is French. Okay, cool. Okay, again, you see Nikof going over towards the next side every time. Look, Airwaks just fills the void that Nikof leaves. If your teammate fills your area, go to the next spot. Right, this doesn't have to be communicated. You have to just do it. There's too much to communicate to make this even possible to, you know. Disgusting. Disgusting. Cat's name is Kita. She's a girl. Did they get pushed here? What the fuck? Who's the first? Okay, it's Nikof. Okay, now they push people. Hehehe. Les Français sont là, mais pour... S'il vous plaît, anglais. English only in the chat, guys. Okay, so one touch and retard. Polish guys that land directly on the same build fight. Well, that was just an easy kill. Okay, nothing much to talk about on that fight. That went way too fast. I think that was just raw, like... I don't think there was many decisions made that won that fight. No, you're good. Don't worry, Gotsu. It's okay. What up, Sync? Yeah, this is 100% like the last 15 minutes of queue, and they just play it out, and honestly it works great. It's not only an easier win, but they can play it more like a pub because there's less people around, so there's less risk in going for a fight outside a zone while maybe zone's about to move in an old build fight. Like, you're not going to get third partied as hard. So many options. Ah, that makes sense, Richard. That makes sense. Yeah, I figured that there was nothing to that fight. It was just pure circumstance. Man, I love how they play. All right, let's just let's 2x through the rest of it, honestly, or 4x until any important stuff happens. Man, that guy had the good pinch, but like he was too scared to actually take into that box. Like if he actually took into that box, he would have gotten easy shots on both of them. But he was like, he had the good positioning. I've talked about this before. Like if you end up in a box fight and there's it's a 2x2. If the team does push into this area, you get an easy pinch. Sure, this guy is unfortunately hiding in a cone. Like if this guy pushes into here and he has this wall, now he can make plays that are much more difficult because now this guy can make the opportunity to take a play as well. So like, this is a great setup, the fact that they had it here. But he opens this window and opens this window and tries to get a shot through there. That doesn't take advantage of his opportunity, and it doesn't give this guy any space to actually breathe because Airwaks is just going to continue through on his wall. I think I could get to. Watch the rest in 2 times. The piano, bro. That's so funny. I'm so surprised that piano keys play in replay mode. I feel like that's one thing that would have just been like, yep, left off, like, who cares? That means that that's evidence of good coding. What is Airwaks doing at this point? Look, again, they're looking at the same thing. They're looking for the same opportunity. Every time. Hey man, I'm just saying, this is why you practice your arena endgames as much as possible, even though they might be light, bro. Like, it's important. It's important. If all you do is practice those stacked endgames, you won't actually know what to do. That sounds hilarious, but it's true. I've noticed when people are editing out to the side, they're always editing these squares rather than anything else. Like usually I edit these squares, but it's actually way better to edit these squares because it gives you movement, right? Or it gives you better movement. Like when you edit these down here, you end up in the case where, let me draw it again. You end up in the case where there's, what am I trying to say? There's, I think it's like this, right? Like this. So you kind of end up bumping your head a lot. So editing like this is actually better. Editing the top half when you need to get out. Again, this is great awareness of the zone. Fantastic awareness of the zone. Like, I have never seen somebody be so good at, or besides like Booga. I can't say his fucking name right. Jesus. Even with the 4-square edit, if you do down below here, there's still going to be that awkward, like even if you do all that, there's still going to be that awkward bump. It's definitely better though, 100%. Booga. But I don't want to make it sound like booga, like a booger, you know? You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got the glider bug. Nice. Or was this the entire time? Whatever, man. I'm done with the noise. It just makes it harder for me to focus. Moving forward without actually ticking, or without actually stopping shooting. It's nice. I used to think it was so impressive how people would like not get hit by the zone. I think it's still very impressive, but I think it's cool here how I think it's really cool how he is like making sure that he's not reloading too often. Like, sure, like he shoots, he may get a tag or one or two or whatever, but he never like doesn't stop shooting his AR because he doesn't want to reload just then. He's like really efficient with it. He spams builds because there might not be any opportunity, but he's spamming builds to make future opportunity. And he has plenty of ammo, and then finally reloads when he's like, okay, I'm done. I need to get reload off because the next little movement block is gonna come. Kind of, there's a tempo to how everybody moves, right? Because of the zone. So reload right before everybody's gonna start moving again, if that makes sense. I always find myself not being able to take shots because I'm reloading so freaking much. Two. I like this too, how Nikof is spamming and Airwaks is actually looking for the big shots, you know? The big ones. This is also a really good way to get them split from each other, right? Because Demon is stuck in his box, he can't move until he stops shooting, and the other guy is actually turtling out. So, nice. I also, you notice there, he actually looked in the zone real quick to make sure that there was no zone takes happening. He made sure there was no zone takes happening. I love it. And this kind of, like, this continual spam is so good at forcing people to get desperate. They get so desperate that they make plays by themselves and stuff like that. They're like, oh, I can't do anything. What do we want to do? It forces people to get desperate. And now it's an easy 2v1 because that guy went by himself without his teammate. Drops down on one side. Look at where Airwaks is. Oops. On the other side. Oh, he just took him out. That was a nice shot by Demon, actually. But still, no chance because he's coming down from the other side. Boom. Beautiful. that was my favorite VOD review that I've done in a while of Nikof and Airwaks. Who should I do next, guys? But before I do that, that's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, like the video, subscribe, do all the things on my social media. Use creator code Ballatw, and we're going to go on to the next one. So we'll see you in the next video. Peace.